Miranda from My Scrappy Life, and welcome back to my channel. This is a process video for Confessions of the Paper Addict Cut File Shop, where we use cut files on our layouts. And the one that I am using right here is called the Butterfly. Let me see here. Let me go back one more time. Butterfly Garden 2. So it is one butterfly, which looks just like this. And then I duplicated it and attached them all, cut everything out, and let me tell you, this is the 5th one I cut. My Cricut decided to take I think it's done. That's the best way. I have done everything I can, done everything I can think of, technology savvy, all of that, to get this to work right, and it just wouldn't cut. So I am decided that I am going to use this cut file and show you like how you can make this work, even though that you can't punch out the little items. Like I spent cutting all of it because it didn't even come, like I couldn't even take it off. It literally came where I had to peel the whole paper off and then go in and cut. That's why you see some frays and whatnot. So I'm going to fix a little bit of these pieces that kind of fell apart, just so that it is doable and working. And I'm going to show you how you can take a cut file that you're like so disappointed that you want to throw your cut file machine out the window. My Betsy, let me tell you, Betsy, well, I've got the new Betsy coming because like I said, this isn't the first time that this has happened. In the last few months, it's just been not cutting correctly at all. And it has nothing to do with the blades because I've swapped out the blades. My mats are good. Like when I say I've done everything I possibly can, I have nowhere else to go but get a new one at this point. So, no, lo and behold, new one's coming, all of that. But let's use this as a tool. And I have an idea of seriously how I'm going to make this still work, because originally it was supposed to have 2 more coming down the side, and then these are the 2 photos I'm using. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to set this kind of off to an angle like so. I'm going to tuck this little guy down here, and then I'm going to take this one because there's some greenery space, and I'm going to place this photo right about, like, just so that this is kind of like on the edge of that. Not so that it's taking too much off, but then, you know, be able to embellish, do all the fun stuff, add the stuff. The collection I'm using is Woodland and Grove. I'll come up with my title. I'm going to do some distress. So I'm going to ombre with these colors. It's prize ribbon, chipped sapphire, and faded jeans. Like my goal is to kind of go down this way and kind of leave this darker point. I'm going to in the middle, and I'm going to ombre up and ombre down with them. So let's see what, we can do with this. And I start to decide how I want to do my mixed media on the background of this particular layout. And what I decided to do is that I wanted to kind of put circles underneath the cut file, as you can see what I'm doing with my pencil here, to do like a circle based distress oxide. And once it completely comes together, it made it look like the sky was peeking through my flowers and the butterfly stencils that I have. Now, while you're watching me do this, there are 3 colors that I did pick. I know I mentioned it in the other one, but this is what I decided to do, was to use my main focal point. The main color in the middle is the prized ribbon, and then I played around with the chipped sapphire and then the faded jeans. I also then decided to, once I got this all figured out and placed down, I then took the different colors and whatever was on top, I used a different color to put on top, or whatever was on the bottom, I used a different color on top. And then I did come in with my white paint, my paint sticks. If you are interested in the ones I particularly use, it is linked down below in the description, along with everything else with the cut file that I did use for this layout, and all of that fun stuff is all linked in the description down below. This actually took me, because I was not on the struggle train in the sense of getting this layout together, but there was so much little things I needed to do and the little details that I wanted with this layout. It took me all stinking day. I started at 9:30 this morning to try to get my Betsy, which is now going to go to the die cutting machine graveyard, because I started at 9:30 this morning. I am now doing this voiceover because this should have been up on my channel a long time ago. And it is now 5:30 and I am now doing the voiceover. I was so irritated. It had nothing to do with the cut file itself. It was my Cricut. So I have, if you just started to follow along with me, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. I upload typically 2 to 3 times a week, and when I do the design team for Confessions, I use a Cricut Air 2, and I have now decided, I went and purchased it, so I'm going to have a new machine to work with, which I decided to do with the Cricut Air 3. So I got the Cricut Air Explorer 3. That is coming in the mail. So my next layout for Confessions will be with the new cut file machine, because I tried everything. Like, when I say I did everything I possibly could, there's no other troubleshooting for this thing. I think it's just time, and it is. Sometimes it is what it is when it comes to that, and you just have to, I waited this long. It lasted me as long as I possibly could. And, there it is. So, with all of that being said, I am now going to do pink on one side and blue all on the other side. So, as you can tell, as I am placing all of these little bits and bobs in the layout, I decided to do all of the pinks and the yellows on this one side, with the sky behind those cut files and going up the page like I did for, if I would have used a piece of paper. And you will see me come in with different blue flowers that I found within this collection. I started out with that purple one, but it does go away. And I did do some rub-ons, or I shouldn't say rub-ons because they're not rub-ons. They're gold foiled clear stickers that I placed in certain spots just to add a little bit of gold on this one side to the other side, because I did add gold pieces in with my pink flowers. I thought with the blue it would work really well for a contrasting color, because everything is so green in my photos, because one, we took them outside, my husband's wearing green, and and my daughter and I I'm in a tan white outfit and my daughter's in a pink. So that's how I brought in all those colors. And the only reason why I didn't bring in the green was because the blue was a really good contrasting color, but it worked wonderful. Now, this cut file has nothing to do. It is an amazing cut file. My machine, it kind of was a blessing in disguise. I really actually love how I made the blue come alive and did what I did and kept some of it white and made it look like it got kind of spread and distressed in that sense. So I hope that you enjoyed this process. This process took me forever and a day. I was frustrated while I was working with this, but then it ended up being a really amazing layout. It turned out awesome. Obviously, the still shots are coming up. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. I am on my way to 4,000 subscribers. If you are new, I would love to have you. I upload between 2 to 3 times a week, do design team layouts like this, collaborations, and all of that fun stuff. And I would love to have you as my YouTube family. I am finishing up here in the corner with just the little bits that I wanted to add in there, just to add a little bit of pizzazz. I don't know, I like that section. So then I come in with my pop of color that is from scrapbook.com, and it's my black little dots. I've gotten into that along with my black lines in my layout. That'll be coming last. And then that is it. The still shots are coming up. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you. The still shots are just on its way. Please make sure that you stay safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.